It's news time. Information is power. The current, the news headline. Malami claim of Nigeria going into crisis if President Muhammadu Buhari signed Electoral Act baseless. MBF, the news in full. The Middle Belt Forum. MBF has described as baseless the claim by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami that Nigeria would have been in crisis if President Muhammadu Buhari had signed into law the amended Electoral Act. The national president of MBF, Dr. Bitrus Pogru, who was reacting to the statement Monday in Makurdi, advised President Muhammadu Buhari to give Nigerians what they demanded of him by signing the amended Electoral Act to usher the country into an era of improved electoral process. Hear him. What Malami said was baseless rubbish, and these people make assumptions based on their perception. They try to instill fear in the people. Which crisis is he talking about? Didn't President Muhammadu Buhari, through direct primaries, is that one where the All Progressive Congress APC used? Did it throw the country into crisis? The issue is yes, it is true that parties have liberty to choose the kind of selection process they would use to conduct their primaries. We have no quarrels with that. The problem of Nigeria is not whether it is direct or indirect primaries. The problem of Nigeria is how to stop the wanton rigging of elections in the country by manipulation of election results, changing of results, the cancellation of results, throwing out of results just to declare who they want. And we can address that by transmitting results from the polling unit direct to the server. Everybody sees it and you do not alter the figures. That is the thing we want for Nigeria. We can from there move forward to another level, but what we want at this level is that results should be electronically transmitted from the polling stations to the collation centers. By so doing, you cut off all so-called returning officers and the excuses of cancellation of results unnecessarily because some people do not want the results that did not favor them and all that. Besides, it will save cost because most of the returning officers are no more useful. As the results come out, we all see them and Nigerians will be better for it because the right people will be elected into offices. Therefore, what Malami said does not hold water at all. The president who appointed him came into office through direct primaries, and whether it is direct or not, that is not our problem. Let the president sign the amended Electoral Act so we can have a better, credible election by 2023, and all the bad experiences of 2019 and others in the past would be halted. Retirement from State House. The Nigerian leader, who was in Turkey for the 3rd Turkey-Africa Partnership Summit, held bilateral meeting with President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, where he reiterated that Nigeria would partner the Republic of Turkey in dealing with current security challenges facing the nation. The president acknowledged that Turkey had garnered a lot of experience dealing with security challenges of various kinds, and Nigeria would latch onto that experience. He also called on Turkey-Africa Partnership Summit to provide concrete support to help defeat terrorism and insurgency in Africa. The president made the call at the 3rd edition of the summit held in Istanbul, Turkey on Saturday, and according to President, the Boko Haram terrorist group, though fragmented by internal strife and degraded by Nigeria's defense force, is still active and preying on soft targets. Buhari had earlier participated in the 60th ordinary session of the Authority of Head of State and Government of the Economic Community of West Africa States, ECOWAS, on December 12 in Abuja. At the summit, the Nigerian leader stressed the need for economic leaders to forge stronger solidarity in order to address the new challenges, including the current 3rd wave of COVID-19 pandemic and its Omicron variant. The presidency also reacted to Sunday's December 12 Daily Trust editorial, saying life has lost its value under Buhari's Nigeria, and it said tackling the scourge of banditry and terrorism remains federal government's first priority, as President Muhammadu Buhari holds the victims and their families in his thoughts and prayers. Malam Garba Shehu, the senior special assistant to President on Media and Publicity, described the editorial as unfair comment, saying that Daily Trust's suggestion that the president exchanges violence for the support he got electorally is beneath a publication that claims any kind of political neutrality or integrity. Buhari, during the week under review, condoled the family of the Shoun of Ogbomoso land, Oba Oladuni Oyewumi Ajagungbade III, on the demise of the highly revered traditional ruler earlier on Sunday. He also extended heartfelt condolences to the government and people of Ogun State, as well as the royal family, on the passing of the Oluwu of Owu Kingdom, Oba Adegboyega Dosunmu Amororo II. He also extended the sympathies of the nation to the government and people of the U.S. following devastating tornadoes sweeping across 6 states that left destruction and death on their trail. Furthermore, the president also sent a get-well message to his South African counterpart, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, who tested positive for COVID-19. The coronavirus pandemic is a reality and no respecter of persons, he said. On December 14th, the president hosted ECOWAS Parliament led by the Speaker, Dr. Sidi Mohamed Tunis, in the State House, Abuja, where he reiterated that Nigeria would keep pledges made to the ECOWAS Parliament and to the sub-regional body at large. Buhari also met behind closed door with Governor Darius Ishaku of Taraba in the State House, Abuja, on December 14th, where briefing State House correspondents on the outcome of the meeting with the president. The governor stated that he briefed Buhari on the recent attack on a part of the state by Ambazonia separatists from southern Cameroon. He said he requested for assistance from the federal government to tackle insecurity and other developmental issues in Taraba State. Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State also met with the president on December 14, where he lauded President Muhammadu Buhari for being the architect of Ajaokuta Kaduna Kano gas pipeline and revamping the nation oil and gas sector. According to him, with all the achievements being recorded by Buhari administration, Nigerians will appreciate the president the more after he leaves office. He added that the president had done a lot for the country and many would not see it until after his tenure. And on December 15, President Muhammadu Buhari, over the virtual meeting with the Federal Executive Council at the newly renovated Council Chamber of the Presidential Villa, Abuja, the news agency of Nigeria reports that the weekly meeting approved $1.9 billion for the procurement of equipment for the nation's power sector to boost power supply across the country through the Presidential Power Initiative. The Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, was in Daura, Katsina State, to witness the turbaning ceremony of Yusuf Buhari, son of President Muhammadu Buhari, as Talban Daura and district head of Kwasara community on December 18. The president, who also ended the week under review on a diplomatic mission, endorsing partnership